Hey guys, so we're going to give it a couple minutes before we start talking about basically our recent market thoughts about the dip and the best altcoins to buy. So give it a couple minutes for everyone to get in here, and then we're going to cover some good news articles, some altcoins we're looking at, some good Twitter accounts to follow, and then our technical analysis on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a couple others from what you want in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and get started. And for those who don't know, I also have Dudewah. He's the moderator in the Discord that we're in, Data's Crypto Picks. If you haven't joined it, definitely go and join that. I'm going to leave that in the description and pinned in the comments as well. But with that, let's go ahead and get started. So first article I want to talk about on this dip is CoinDesk, and it says, First Mover Asia, Bitcoin is off on US holiday and could fall further. It says Ethereum and most other altcoins also drop amid more bad news for the global economy. So as everyone knows, a lot of crypto is political, and a lot of it rides on either markets that affect the financial markets, such as the S&P and the NASDAQ, and others, anything that happens globally could affect crypto negatively. So it says market moves, Bitcoin dropped below 42,000, Ethereum and most others altcoins also fell. And it says, because the US Martin Luther King holiday, First Mover Asia is substituting a recent column on DeFi by CoinDesk Chief Content Officer Michael Casey for the usual technician's take. And if we scroll down here, basically says what the S&P is doing and what the NASDAQ and everything is doing. So right now, again, those aren't looking too hot. It says crypto prices sagged on Monday, a national holiday honoring civil rights activist Martin Luther King, and showed few signs of reversal anytime soon. Now, I want to talk about why, again, a lot of times the news is late for the market participants. So a lot of times when it's already published on the news, really, like, the move's already happened. And I'm going to talk about the bounce that we actually just had not too long ago, and why I think we could have some more upside fairly soon. But basically here, it just talks about US, and it talks about the Wall Street Journal reporting that 220 US publicly traded companies with market caps of over 10 billion have fallen 20% from their peaks, and then the S&P and NASDAQ had declined 2.2% and 4.8% respectively. Now, there is some positive news as far as, some places are looking to take more control of kind of the coronavirus, the Delta variant and everything, but there is still some FUD around that market. So again, that's something that's also on everyone's mind, is still COVID. Hopefully that blows away soon. But really, a lot of people are thinking that, a lot of stuff is overextended. A lot of crypto has pumped a lot. So everyone is kind of taking a breather on the profits. But again, I'm going to go over in a minute why I think that there's still a lot of upside to come. So next article, really quick, let's cover, is the case for Bitcoin bottom near 40K is weak institutions stay away. So again, more FUD by CoinDesk, and basically saying that, there's not a lot of support at that $40,000 level. It says crypto service provider Amber Group said a continued rise in real or inflation-adjusted interest rates poses the biggest downside risk to Bitcoin and risk assets. Bitcoin's correlation with the stock market has gone up. So this is a big thing, right? if inflation continues to rise, it could be negative for cryptos, and that's just the biggest thing on people's minds. So kind of riding on that, thin line, so to speak. And really, people are thinking, hey, it could happen as soon as March or April. So maybe we're doing kind of one last hurrah for the pump before everything drops, which I do think is very possible. I do think we do have, at least one more big pump for Bitcoin and altcoins before we kind of have a, sideways / downward move this year. But again, we're going to look at the charts and explain some reasons for that, and also, looking at both sides there. And then last but not least, it says Fidelity, countries that secure some Bitcoin today will be better off than their peers. So again, some positive news here, basically saying that countries will be forced to acquire some Bitcoin as a form of insurance, because the biggest thing with Bitcoin is it's acting as a hedge against inflation. And that's one of the big things that people fail to realize is, hey, Bitcoin isn't just something you use on the black market or some hype cycle, some tulip cycle that, everyone's just throwing their money in, risking it like the casino. There's actually some real viability to it long term, and there's a reason why people look at Bitcoin as digital gold. So it's definitely something that, is really good, and something that I think is going to be worthwhile for companies to hold, especially, Fidelity, which is, one of the biggest 401k IRA companies that there is in the US. And I think that's huge. And I think eventually, them allowing more and more of their accounts to hold some Bitcoin, possibly 5% of that Bitcoin, is definitely very bullish. And I do think that continuing forward, either a lot of banks and other big banks such as Goldman Sachs was actually talking about how, they're bullish for Bitcoin long term, which that means, hey, they've already secured their bag essentially. And now they're saying, okay, now everyone else can jump in. So I definitely like what this article is saying, and it does provide some strong fundamentals there. And looking here at the chat, Informal Crypto, hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you. And Roy Hart says, the famous CryptoData, our guru. Too nice, Roy. Appreciate you. Definitely, guys, if y'all have any questions, while I'm talking, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Again, I do have Dudewah here, so we're going to go ahead and talk to him there and see what he has to say. So, Dudewah, what do you think about the current articles and kind of the state of the market right now?
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me on. So yeah, I'm in agreement with everything you just said, and I think obviously with it being a long weekend in the USA with MLK holiday, there tends to be a little bit of negative price action on days like this. So I think the trend we've been seeing for a while now has been that the market pumped kind of near Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then near the Sunday and Monday timeframe, we see a little bit of a dump. So you can almost time your buys around that. I haven't been doing that personally, but I think there's some potential there to time your buys around that. It seems like every single week that something of that sort is happening, and even like if you look at time frames around like the 12 p.m., 1 p.m. time frame. So I think this was kind of a inevitable sort of thing. I'm hoping there will be a rebound this week. This article about 40K being a weak sort of bottom. Yeah, there's probably some truth to that. I think what we've been seeing recently as well has been that a lot of institutions have moved away from crypto currently. So a lot of the stuff that's going on is retail investors moving their money around. And I think, being said, if there's not a lot of new money flowing in, the support levels are a little bit more dangerous. But I think we're trending okay right now. Sideways is probably the way it's going to maintain for a little bit. And the Fidelity article actually has me pretty bullish. So the more companies like Fidelity and these other sort of like 401k big companies like that adopt Bitcoin and they're pro Bitcoin, especially their analysts and things like that, I think the better off the whole system is going to be. So yeah, good news there. And I think like I said, this week I'm hoping for a little bit of a bounce back, but it seems like the sideways momentum is going to stay.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's kind of a big just rotation of capital. Really, people buying the same coins, selling, kind of rotating there, and I think that's why we've seen a lot of that sideways movement. And until we kind of get some big catalyst, it's kind of going to stay that way, for the foreseeable future. Hopefully, until we can gain some traction with that. So definitely good insight there. Appreciate that. Next, we're going to go over some Twitter accounts I've looked at and some that have actually called, some of the big bounces and crashes that have happened in Bitcoin and crypto in general. One of them was actually mentioned to me not too long ago. His account is at I Am Nomad, and this guy is actually one of the best market makers around and has extremely good insight into the market and kind of where it's going and kind of when those bids start coming in and when that bounce is likely. And he actually posted here in Twitter about an hour ago, and he posted the bid walls, little GIF here. And basically the bid walls were coming in, a lot of buy pressure was coming in. And if we look, just an hour ago on Bitcoin, even if we just go to the 5-minute here, okay, so go and reset the chart here, we could see that. So you can see around an hour ago, he posted around here when it was coming in. And basically we can see, how big that bounce was on Bitcoin. So definitely cool to see some insight, someone who's definitely into the market and really kind of jacked in. One of the big things is there was a Twitter post that he posted in 2021, and it was basically mentioning that, hey, the bottom, Bitcoin could fall, approximately 10%, since there's not that many bids stacked, and someone called him out, and basically he dropped the market, over 10 to 15%. So he definitely has good insight and definitely someone to follow if you're not following him to get kind of a pulse of the market. And then also at High Block Capital, these guys posted liquidation levels hit and instant bounce. So you can see there's a lot of lick levels around that 41,600 to 41,700 level. So again, market makers all day, they're going to try to find those liquidation levels so they can get the most capital, make the most money. And then from there, they're going to reverse it and try to hit it back on the other side. So you can see there's a lot of liquidation levels below, even near that $40,000 level. So wouldn't be surprised if we do have one last bounce from there. But definitely something to keep in mind and something to watch out for when you are trying to trade the market short term and long term. Dudewah, do you have any Twitter accounts that you were looking at or ones that you really like?
So maybe no Twitter accounts that I'm looking at right now, other than the ones you've already been mentioning. But so I think the liquidation thing is definitely interesting, and I think that's something to follow. Young T, another one of the moderators in our Discord, talks about this a lot. And I think there's a lot of credence to this. Like the 42,000 level of long liquidations, that was a big talking point of his earlier today. So he wanted to see those 42,000 long liquidations get liquidated, basically. And it did happen, right? So yeah, it's definitely something to keep an eye on. And just another thing that you can keep track of to time the market a little bit. Like you said, these market makers, they want to keep track of that stuff so that they can make the most money possible. So so if you keep the same sort of strategy, it gives you good levels to buy in, I think.
Definitely. No, 100%. It really gives you an objective view of kind of, hey, what levels am I looking for? I'm not going to FOMO in. I'm going to wait, have some buy orders at support levels, liquidation levels, and then from there, kind of ride that wave afterwards. So definitely some good insight on that. Cool. So next, let's go over some quick TA for Bitcoin and Ethereum and kind of what I'm looking at as far as where we're going from here. And then also we're going to look at some altcoins and which ones have been holding up and which ones still have potential and good buy levels at this current bounce that we are experiencing. So first, looking at Bitcoin on the daily here. Now we can see there is a descending wedge pattern. Okay, so for those who don't know, descending wedge, if it breaks out to the upside, it is extremely bullish. So definitely something to keep in mind there. Right now, you can see Bitcoin has been in this wedge pattern since its high on November 8th. So right now, we are looking at the support level here of that 40,900 level. And I do believe that we potentially break through the support down here, get some liquidations around that 40,000, all the way down to this 37,800. And then from there, bounce out of this descending wedge and basically start breaking out either all the way up to 53,000, which has been major resistance, or hit this 46,000 level, come back down to that 41, and then break all the way to the upside to 53,000. So these are the most likely scenarios I see. You can see here on the RSVP extractor, I also have that. This can be linked in the description too. It's on TradingView, but basically you see it had that moon indicator right there and basically bounce, which this indicates that, hey, the price and volume oscillators and the RSI are all oversold and out of the Bollinger Bands and basically kind of wind up to bounce, and that's what happened there. So you can see right now it is trying to bounce up, small green candle right there. But if you're looking to buy here on Bitcoin, I would either wait for a retest here at this 40,900 level, or this retest down to 37,800, or start DCAing if it does continue to decline. But again, if we do break this trend line here, it's going to be very, very bullish, and I can definitely see us either going to 46 or 53 right after that. So, and also, if y'all had any questions on any of the charting that I'm doing, please go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'm always welcome to answer any questions, while I'm doing this technical analysis, and definitely, looking to get any input as well for y'all's thoughts on that. So real quick, looking at the chat here, Fortype says, "Sir, I don't know what market dip is. Please explain. My bags are in Dusk and Funks." And then Alpha Omega says, "You live." So Fortype, market dip, basically that means that the market is in a slight decline right now. And, a lot of coins are on a pullback. So they're basically going down, for lack of a better word. So saying Bitcoin is slightly declining, a lot of altcoins have pulled back 10 to 15%. So again, could be some good buy levels. He says, "My bags are in Dusk and Funks." So Dusk is a good coin I love. For those who don't know what Dusk is, it's a zero knowledge protocol. Basically, the ZK narrative is starting to gain some traction. A lot of people think it's going to be one of the main narratives of 2022. Their testnet's February 1st, so definitely could be good to buy some on this dip. Has been rising nicely for the past week or two. So definitely a coin to look at there. I believe it's around 95 cents right now, about rank 150 or so. And then from that, also one of the big things is also, the testnet. And then again, they also do have their main net. It's going to be after that. So could be a good coin. And he says it's Vard. So Vard is okay. So Vard's actually a moderator in our Discord group. So yeah, that was a big joke. I was totally jacked in right now, so I totally blew that joke away. But hey, good to see you, man.
Vard trolling in here a little bit.
Yep. Vard's just trolling a little bit, trying to get us, trying to get a laugh in there. So that's what we like to see on these down days. Welcome, man. Good to have you here. And he also is holding CryptoPhunks. For those who don't know what that is, I'll real quick go over gonna go over a quick thing for CryptoPhunks. So basically, it's an NFT. It's kind of a take on CryptoPunks, but the image is reversed. And basically, they were delisted from a lot of websites because people were saying, "Oh no, you're copying CryptoPunks," but really they're not. They're taking a different take and kind of like, in a way, making fun of it. And there's a lot of good reasons why this is taking off so far. You can see the floor is 1.05 Ethereum. And their website they're on is notlarvalabs.com. So definitely an NFT that's been gaining some traction. And there's actually some big celebrities that are on it. You'll see they have these CryptoPhunks as their profile pic. So if you see a CryptoPunk that's reversed to the left, it's a CryptoPhunk. So again, definitely some some coin or NFT, that is definitely gaining some traction. So definitely something to watch for that. But it says,
and for anybody who doesn't know, in our Discord, Vard is probably one of the guys who's most plugged into NFTs. So if he makes a call on NFTs, I would pay attention because he usually knows his stuff when it comes to that market space.
Definitely. Yeah, good plug there. And yeah, here I'll go ahead and see, you can see Vard here. He's a moderator on our Discord right there. So again, this guy knows his stuff. He called Dusk actually at 29 cents. So if y'all want to join the Discord, again, we do have links. It's going to be in the description. So go and click on the description. You'll see the Discord invite link. You can join us here. We have 536 members over there. Dudewah, you can see he's a moderator. He's on chat with us today. And then again, we have Vard in the chat as well. So definitely a good time here. Again, we have a lot of resources that we post for all the different dexes you can use, all the wallets. We have free chat and members chat. Again, it's really live in here, so go and join us if you haven't. But yeah, good to see y'all guys. Levon, it says VOR NGO. Not sure what that means, Levon. If you could clarify that, definitely be happy to go over it for some TA. Alpha Omega says check out the Takuwatch Club NFTs please.com. Okay, yeah, definitely. I'll go and check those out in a second. And then Fortype says you can read the history in the link above. So Vard posted actually a link on there, and then Alpha Omega says they're on the Near protocol on Paris markets. So yeah, if those who don't know Near, the Near protocol is definitely a up and coming protocol that is very big. We actually have it on our watch list, and Near actually went up to a high of over $20 not too long ago, and it's ranked 19 and it's kind of a Web3 specific protocol that has been gaining a lot of traction from a lot of big players, and something definitely to keep an eye on if you aren't. So Alpha Omega saying the Taco Club NFTs, so definitely I'll go ahead and check these out real quick to see what they're like. I know NFTs are definitely a big thing that a lot of people are looking at right now, and it's something that's actually gotten a lot of traction recently, and I think it's something that is really, really good to at least hedge your bets with the crypto markets. This is the first time I've actually looked at these, and basically you can see little people NFTs here, and they have some cool little designs on them. And it says, of course, the different rarities with the gold teeth, the different colors and everything. And then they also have their Twitter and Discord here. So yeah, I'll definitely have to take a closer look at these. Alpha Omega, appreciate you sharing this. And again, if you have a big protocol like Near that's been gaining a lot of traction, and then you have NFTs that are launching on it, that's definitely something that I could see, possibly investing in long term if they do have some viability. And then 4Type says, thank you guys, appreciate you all. Hey, we appreciate you, man. He says, an actual group which doesn't promote pump and dump and real alpha. Very few groups like this, hence why I joined as a mod. So appreciate that. Again, if y'all want to join the Discord group, I do have a link in the description. A lot of good people in here to come join us. So next, real quick, we're going to go over the Ethereum technical analysis here. And basically on Ethereum, it's looking more bearish than Bitcoin actually. So I could possibly see Bitcoin taking the higher road here with increasing dominance. And we can see here on Ethereum that, Bitcoin, we had that descending wedge. With Ethereum right now, it kind of, looks like it could still be a descending wedge if we, take this line and draw it possibly from, all the way down here. I mean, really, it's kind of forcing it, basically, trying to draw a descending wedge on there. But right now on Ethereum, what I'm seeing is we have this resistance trend line here at about 3350, as well as this horizontal resistance at the same level. And you can see Ethereum rejected off that perfectly. I made a video yesterday and I highlighted this as well. And then we also see that right now it's at 3221, and possibly I could see it declining further to this trend line support on the daily at about 3100, which coincides with this horizontal support at around 3060. So if you are thinking about buying Ethereum, possibly waiting here until that 3060 to 3100 level, and then from there, if it breaks that, definitely looking at it to test this 2750 level, which was major support around September 22nd to September 29th. So definitely some big levels to watch out for here, and I could see that happening if the market continues to decline. But right now, if we actually go on the, let's say, 5 minutes, we can see that there was a bounce that happened at around that 3150 level. So some good, short-term support there. We can see here, actually, some possible inverse head and shoulders here. So we have, the upside down left shoulder, head, and, right shoulder there. So possibly could continue higher, possibly up until this neckline here around that 3250 to 3275 level. But again, got to watch this closely because on the daily, it does not look too good. So that's kind of what I'm looking at now. If we do break this big resistance around that 3350 level, then I'm looking for it to retest this trend line all the way near its highs on December 1st, around that 3500 level, decline, bounce down to the support of 3360, and then basically break out from there, that long-term trend line that it's had, and then look to retest that 3800 level. So love to hear some insights, definitely, of what you guys think in the chat about kind of where we're going from here, and if you're bullish or bearish on Ethereum and kind of the altcoins right now, because again, while we are seeing a short-term bounce, really, really looking, if it can't break these resistance levels that it did break below, then, could see a lot more downside on Ethereum. So looking at the what Rory said, so Rory was responding to Vard about the group. He said, exactly. Also very nice to get away from the shill environment and get actual good information. And Vard says, just thought I'd pop in, enjoy the stream, guys. Hey, man, appreciate it. Thanks for coming. I look forward to seeing you next time. So, Dudewah, what were your thoughts on the current market, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and kind of Bitcoin starting to gain a little more traction for its market dominance?
Yeah, I think Bitcoin's in a good spot right now, personally. It's like there's always a potential to go down a little bit more, but I think it has started to bottom out, and I think once we see Bitcoin dominance rising higher, that's a good thing. I think historically, a lot of the times when there has been more Ethereum dominance relative to Bitcoin, it's signaled kind of like the market going down. But now with Bitcoin taking more dominance, I think that's a good thing for the market. And Bitcoin still is the big market mover, right? All the institutions and everybody, that's what their main go-to. So I like that. I have high hopes again for the coming weeks. I think the tax season thing might not happen this year. It seems like we were kind of in a prolonged sort of crab or dip for the past couple of months. So maybe we won't see that. Maybe we'll just see another rise. And I think maybe because of all the VC and institutional investors, that the bottom is a little bit higher than we thought it would be. So yeah, I think we're in a good spot. And one other thing I want to mention, the Rory mentioning the no shill environment for Discord. Yeah, I think that's a huge thing, right? I think we want to keep that environment like ongoing, and that's how we want the Discord to be. And if it ever gets away from that, let us know because that's what we want. We want a group where everybody shares information, shares alpha, no shilling, no pumping your own bags, that sort of thing. We just want to keep it a place for open discussion and sharing ideas.
Definitely. No, good points there. Good points. And again, guys, yeah, the Discord's no shill. So again, it's links in the description if you want to join. It's a good place to be and just share your ideas and really, again, see what's going on in the market, get some confluence going between different ideas so we can see, hey, what's taking off, what's the new narrative, what's the next rotation. So definitely something that I'm looking at and definitely enjoy. So appreciate that. Looking at the comments, we can see Rory says, any reason Cardano held up so well? So yes, Rory, thank you for bringing Cardano up. That is a coin that's actually been doing very well. If you look at coin market cap, we can see Cardano is actually up to $1.60, so up 14% today, while most of the coins are in the red, which is crazy, right? So Cardano has been holding up very, very well. I was going to look on Twitter about Cardano. We can actually go ahead and take a look right now to see what we can find because that was something I was curious about. And we'll go and do the $ADA. For those who don't know, that's a good way to search on Twitter what some big mentions are about Cardano and kind of why it's outperforming the market. So there's an article by Al Jazeera. It says Cardano is outperforming rivals Bitcoin and Ether. So we'll go ahead and click on this article, see if there's any insight onto exactly why Cardano is outperforming. And if you scroll down here, it basically says it's risen 30% in the past 7 days. And it says, let's see, so that comes as data from Masari shows Cardano's 24-hour transaction volume at 5.31 billion compared to Ethereum's 5.59 billion. But Cardano's gas fees, payments made by users to compensate for the computing energy, were around 75,400 compared to 44 million for Ethereum. So obviously, gas fees on Cardano are cheaper. And it says, one could quite easily argue that the NFT market has found a gaslight way to transact, and that is the Cardano blockchain. Hayden Hughes, Chief Executive Officer of Alpha Impact, a social media platform for crypto traders. Many have argued that it is only a matter of time before gas fees and congestion clog up the Cardano blockchain, leading to high gas fees. But despite the 5.31 billion in daily activity, we have not yet seen this. So Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, basically someone mentioned that Cardano is the number 2 blockchain in transaction volume in the last 24 hours. And Charles said, just getting started. It's just January. So again, some big things in the pipeline for Cardano. I know there's a lot of big opinions on, if they like Cardano or not. And I'm kind of indifferent. I know one of my buddies, he used to go to MIT, and he's very, very bullish on Cardano. He has over 450,000 of them, but he is basically still bullish and hasn't changed. I know that the delay in the developments of Cardano and basically release of a real product has turned a lot of people off, and they're kind of saying, hey, this is just kind of pumped up on either shills or, hopium. But again, Charles is definitely a very goal-oriented person. And someone that I think, could deliver, I think will deliver. And a lot of people see that and they are starting to invest. So it says recent developments on Cardano, including in decentralized finance, non-fungible tokens, and the metaverse, as well as progress on scaling, are likely contributing to the optimism around the blockchain. And then Trinshov agreed, citing the metaverse and decentralized exchanges as reasons for the enthusiasm. So it says the planned launch of the first DEX on the Cardano blockchain comes after it's already established as a presence in NFTs. And then Cardano is stealing some attention away from Decentraland and the Sandbox with news of the first Cardano metaverse. So that is actually really big news. Talking about the Cardano metaverse. And I think that's a big reason why, again, it's been pumping so much, because people are seeing that, hey, there's actually some real world application here. And there's actually some big reasons why it's pumping, because they are starting to come out with products. So expect when Cardano comes out with, more and more of these products competing with some of these big coins, again, like Decentraland, Sandbox, for, these metaverses, which is, again, a growing community as well. Expect it to continue to outperform like it's been doing. So definitely some big things on there, and I guess explains one of the big reasons why it's been pumping. Rory says, does Dudewah agree with you with the TA from BTC that we're probably going to one big leg down before up? Dudewah, what you got to say to that?
So to that, I have to say that I trust CryptoData's TA. I don't know how much we're going to go down. If we do, we'll see. That remains to be seen. But yeah, CryptoData is really good with TA. So whatever he says, I kind of blindly trust it. I want to mention one thing though, just a little bit of humor here. So if 7 years ago, I had a time machine and I went back to 7 years ago and I told you that you're going to be reading an article on AlJazeera.com about Cardano, what would you say to that?
I would say you're out of your mind and they don't know anything about crypto.
Exactly. So for those people who think that adoption is not happening, adoption is definitely happening when you have AlJazeera.com covering Cardano.
Yeah, that's definitely something big, right? So again, all these different news outlets from around the world. I mean, Al Jazeera, it's an East Asia outlet, and for them to be talking about crypto, which is mainly a Western thing right now. Again, I know it's a global thing, but Al Jazeera is really more focused on kind of global events, kind of what's going on, over there. So good to see that they're starting to mention crypto, and just like Dudewah said, adoption is happening right now, right? You can't fade this. It's coming, and a lot of people are starting to get in on it, even more so than before. So definitely good on there. Joseph West, hey, good to have you, man. He says, check out Fractal from July. So let's go ahead and go to the Bitcoin Fractal from July and see what he's referring to there. So right now you can see, looking at the July Fractal here. So basically we had a pump up, or we had a bounce from support, little pump up, back down, bounce, and then break out. So and go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong, Joseph, on this, but basically looking for, he was talking about this bounce up and then taking off, and then the fractal kind of this bounce up here, bounce back on support and taking off. Is that kind of what you were thinking, Joseph, as far as the fractal is concerned, kind of that bounce and this bounce and take off here? Because yeah, I can definitely see that. We can kind of see even here how it had a big rise up, resistance, came all the way back down, bounced, rise up, resistance, back down, bounced. So that's definitely something, that could happen. I mean, if that happens, that'd be amazing. That would actually line up very, very well. And we could actually, let's see if we can draw a similar descending wedge here. So if we try to draw that, descending wedge pattern, let's see what we can draw here. And then from there, kind of draw that. Let's see. I know I'm kind of stretching this out a little bit. Could see something. This, descending wedge is probably not the best what I'm drawing right now, but definitely, could be some type of pattern there, some type of, very close fractal there. And for those who don't know what a fractal is something that has happened in the past, and similar patterns are happening in the future. So again, they always say past performance doesn't predict future returns or future performance, but history does tend to repeat itself, and definitely something that I think everyone needs to keep in mind with Bitcoin and a lot of other altcoins is, a lot of this action that's happened in the past does repeat itself, whether it's not exact. It is something to always look at to manage your risk, because crypto is about managing your risk. And, at the end of the day, that's what we're all trying to do. We're all trying to preserve our capital and then make the most of opportunities when they present themselves. So, Joseph, appreciate that, man. He says, yep, that's correct. That's the fractal. And he says, and the wick from the December 3rd. So the wick from the December 3rd, we'll see if we can find that. You can see here. So looking at that December 3rd wick, kind of that strong downward push, and then also the strong downward push that we had May. So so right here, and then also you can see here the strong. So wow, yeah, that definitely looks like a similar pattern here. So I actually really like that fractal, Joseph. And that's exactly why we have these streams, right? We have these streams so that we can get a lot of inputs from the community, from the members, viewers, and we can actually find a lot of these, different ideas. Because myself and Dudewah, I'm sure you can attest to that as well, is, hey, we sometimes, our mind is either focused on a certain bias, whether it's we're more bullish than bearish, or we just focus on seeing only one pattern only. And for someone to actually kind of open our mind to different patterns, then it definitely helps out. And I think it helps to just, increase that awareness and just be ready for whatever is coming. So definitely appreciate that, Joseph. Thanks for that. Rory says,
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Joseph, just wanted to add into that. I think we're always open-minded and we want to see things from a different perspective, see things from a fresh pair of eyes. So yeah, keep it coming. Always engage with us on the Discord or on the stream or whatever medium you want to. But yeah, we're always open to new ideas.
Definitely appreciate that. And Rory says, well, it's 2 a.m. right now, going to bed. Thanks for all the fresh and good content, CryptoData. CryptoData's channels was the best investment yet. Data and Wah, have a good one. Hey, Rory, thanks, man. Appreciate you coming, and definitely look forward to the next stream. Sweet. I see we got some more viewers in here. Definitely, hey, if y'all guys have any questions about what coins you want me to cover for some technical analysis, definitely let me know on that. And then in the meantime, I'm going to go over some altcoins that we've been looking at and ones that I think will do well, and especially ones to look out for on this dip. So, Dudewah, I'm going to go over some altcoins real quick, and if you have any that you want to look at as well, go ahead and chime in as well. So,
yeah, sounds good.
Firstly, let's go over, again, the watch list here on CoinMarketCap. So, CoinMarketCap right now, one of the big coins that I'm looking at is one, Rose. So Oasis Network, for those who don't know, it has been doing very, very well recently. And, it did have a little dip, but it has gotten bought up. You can see it's one of the only green coins for today. So it's been doing very well. And actually, if we go on their Twitter for Oasis Protocol, for those who don't know what it is, I'll go ahead and click on that. They actually had a partnership with Facebook, and it says, building a better internet for all. Oasis is on the go blockchain powering the next gen of Web3 with privacy, speed, and scalability and lowest fees in DeFi. So again, they had a partnership with Facebook that was in November. So it's one of the altcoins I am definitely keeping an eye on. They had a huge run up, actually. If we go and click on it, we can see their chart over the past 7 days. So you can see here, 7 days ago, it was 37 cents. It went to a high of over 60 cents. So that was, almost 100% return in about 4 days. So again, it had a dip, and you can see it's being bought up, very well right now. So definitely could be a good pick for, loading up on your long-term bag. And then Syscoin as well. Syscoin has actually been a coin I've been looking at as well. And it does actually have, while addition to Web3, it also focuses on Metaverse and the ZK narrative, the zero knowledge narrative. So for those who don't know, Syscoin, it's definitely been having a lot of big developments recently. They actually just had their DEX. So Pegasus, they had a AMA with that. I think it's going to be one of the first DEXs on Syscoin. So definitely keep an eye for that one. But yeah, Syscoin's one that I've been very bullish on, and one, it's ranked 109, so it could definitely have a lot of room to grow in the future. So definitely go and watch that one if you haven't. And yeah, could be good buy on a dip here. And then Dusk Network. Dusk Network, anyone asks in the Discord, Dusk Network is one of those coins that I have been bullish on for a while. I mentioned Vard, he was one of the moderators in Discord. He did call that at 29 cents, and I believe that was about a month ago he called that. And now it's at 97 cents, okay? So it has been doing extremely well. They have their testnet February 1st, so in about 2 weeks. And they are a ZK protocol that I believe is going to be the leader of the ZK narrative, and one that is going to do very, very well for the future, and one that I've been holding strong. So definitely good to see there. Crypto Gaming says, yo, CryptoData, what's up, bro? Hey, man, good to have you here. Appreciate you viewing. If you have any questions, man, if you want me to go over some TA for some coins or any altcoins you want me to look at, definitely leave in the chat. Be more than happy to. But yeah, thanks for coming. So Dusk is a big one I'm looking at right now. So definitely, guys, if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check it out. Has a nice little dip today. It was around $1.06 yesterday. So again, good long-term potential, up 64% on the week. And then scrolling down, Talos was actually one that we've looked at. It is at 73 cents. It was up 44% today. For those who don't know what Talos is, because I'm sure a lot of people have never heard of Talos, it's actually, again, their own, I want to say protocol. So it says it's the fastest and most active blockchain, 100 plus dApps, no front running, Talos EVM, real world ready. Okay. Now, one of the big things is they do have a big roadmap, and they have been consistently making big developments. And actually, They had one of their first dexes that was released yesterday, for those who don't know what that is. So I believe it was the Omni Dex, what it was called. I'll go ahead and try to search it real quick so y'all can see that one. But yeah, so it was OmniDex Finance right now. So right now this is priced in at 16.5 cents. You see the farms are pretty juicy right now, 1,800%. But yeah, this is the Talos Dex. And again, not sure if it's on Dex Screener yet, the public link for it. But if you go to these guys' Telegram, omnidex.finance, I believe their Telegram's on here too. You can join them, and they've actually been talking a lot. So they've been doing very, very well. And it's one of the big reasons Talos has been pumping so much. So if y'all haven't looked at Talos, definitely keep an eye on that. Again, it's doing amazing. Dudewah actually looked at it too. And yeah, it's a lot of potential. And I believe this one can go above $1 again. If you just look at the past month of data, you can see, actually 3 months of data, you can see its high was near the $1.20 level all the way up here. So on November 1st. So definitely think we could get up there again. And there's a lot of opportunity for it since their DEX did just release. Let's see who else we got down here. Offshift. So Offshift is another one that has been doing very well, actually, even though it's down 10% on the day. Offshift is one that's been doing great. Hey, Skylord AFK is here. What's going on, man? Good to see you here. Offshift is definitely one that's been doing well. It is another ZK protocol. And again, I mentioned in addition to Dusk, ZK protocols are going to take 2022 by storm. And if we see just the action over a month, you can see here, it was $3.30 a month ago. And now we rose all the way to a high of nearly $20. And since then, it's kind of been consolidating over the past 7 days. So definitely could be a good buying opportunity here for Offshift. I know it's ranked 503. So again, only 73 million market cap. I know some big players that are in this, and is definitely one I think has long-term viability. Right now it's on a nice dip, so couldn't be bad to possibly DCA, dollar cost average, into this coin. But yeah, go ahead and check them out. Ticker symbol XFT on Twitter. They do have some big developments coming. Again, they are a ZK coin in addition to Dusk, Mute, and a couple others. I do think there is a big proponent for this one. So again, could be a big one to pick up on this dip here. Next, looking at the rest of our watch list. Again, I mentioned Mute. Mute is kind of a slower one. So it's a ZK coin, but it's one I think it's going to take a little longer term to develop. It did have a nice pump. I believe it was about 10 days ago. I can go ahead. Yeah. So it did pump to 240, right? But then recently it's just been kind of consolidating. So wouldn't put as much into this one. But again, they have been working on some big things recently. And I believe they do have some good long-term potential as well, being a ZK coin, via Dusk and Offshift. So it could be one to add to your ZK bag if you are trying to get exposed to that for that narrative for this year, if you do believe in the zero knowledge narrative. So definitely Mute could be one as well. Again, not as strongly, I feel, as Offshift or as Dusk. And then see what else we got. And then, yeah, Platypus Finance could be a good one. This one, so this one actually pumped. Gosh, this one pumped crazy. I mean, you can see that. So over like a couple days, it went from $2 all the way to a high of 17. This is AMM on the Avalanche platform. And basically it took this model, for anyone familiar with OHM, Olympus DAO, Platypus took this model of this new kind of, I don't say staking protocol, but locked protocol. It's a V3,3. Andre and Danny, some big Twitter personalities, Andre Cronje, they are going to airdrop that, you can call it that coin. But Platypus Finance is actually using that same model where you're kind of locking your tokens in to boost the APR, right? So if you look at Platypus real quick, I'll go and launch it. Again, I don't have any right now, but I just want to make sure that y'all actually see that. So let's go ahead and real quick go to the Avalanche network. Again, doing this as just an example so y'all can see it, right? So yeah, so this VPTP kind of new boosting yield incentive here. Basically, all you do is you can stake, right? So for example, if we stake, let's just say we can stake. So for our liquidity, right? Let's just say we have $20,000 worth of liquidity, okay? And then in our Platypus, we stake it for 2 months, right? So if we stake it for 2 months and say we stake 10,000 Platypus coin, well, you can see here that for our APR, okay, so right now our base APR would be 11.8 cents. And then, but if we stake this, then let's see if it will update there. So doesn't look like it wants to update, but basically the biggest thing here is, hey, okay, there you go. There it is. So if you stake Platypus coin, you can basically get more APR, right? So this number will update, but basically, and then what you can do is you can stake your USDC or USDT, and by staking Platypus, it'll actually give you a bigger boosted APR for those returns. So that's why a lot of people were buying Platypus Finance, locking it, getting more boosts for their yield for their stablecoin farms, and then, vis-a-vis, we had the huge pump we had. But guys, keep in mind for any of these coins that have this kind of incentive, I should say, of staking just to get higher yields, I wouldn't do it, because you can see here, you stake that coin for 2 months and then it just dumped on you, right? So 9 times out of 10, people aren't buying this coin to stake it. They're buying it for the pump, for the hype, then they're dumping on you. So don't fall for this. If you think it has good incentive, you get into it early and then you see the narrative playing out on Twitter, hey, definitely go and buy that thing, right? Write it up, sell it, have a moon bag just in case it keeps going. But yeah, don't fall for the narrative where like, hey man, stake your coin for 2 months and then you get more APR. No, because then you're going to get dumped on. And the APR that you make isn't going to incentivize you for the coin when it dumps 50%. So again, this could have long-term viability. It's on everyone's radar. I've seen some people talk about it. Big Twitter personalities talked about it a couple days beforehand. And then, maybe they dumped on everyone too. But just something to keep in mind there. Let's see what else.
Yeah, really quick. My caveat to that staking statement is, if you get in on something super early, like let's say you get in on something under 10 million market cap or 5 million market cap even, and it's something that you believe in super long term, I think staking is viable in those cases, right? Because you're in so early that the rewards you're getting are going to be substantial. Like for somebody who got in on like a Solana or something super early, and you're staking that thing, I think that's fine. But yeah, like these Twitter pumps definitely do not stake in those cases.
Yeah, no, appreciate that, man. Exactly, right? You get in early enough, you have these super crazy APRs that can make your returns in 12 hours. Hey, definitely get in on that, sell it, get your initial investment, and then, ride it out and see what happens from there. So definitely good to look at it both ways. Skylord says, just checking in, try to catch some alpha. Hey, Skylord, appreciate that, man. Hopefully, we've talked about some good stuff so far. I'll try to give some more alpha to you as we continue the stream here. Probably going to go another 15, 20 minutes. But yeah, definitely, guys, these coins right here I mentioned, I'll go real quick. I mentioned Rose, Sys, Dusk, Talos, Offshift, and Mute, and then Platypus was the last one. So definitely, keep an eye on those. Could have another pump. Platypus, maybe not, but the others, I definitely think so. Now, next, going to the next watch list here on CoinGecko, Metis token. So go ahead and refresh the page here, get a good. So Metis token is another narrative that's been playing out very well. For those who don't know what Metis is, I'll go ahead and Twitter, Metis DAO. It's actually partly run by Vitalik's mom. So Vitalik Buterin, the Ethereum founder, his mom runs this protocol. It's an L2 Ethereum rollup. It says cheap, fast transaction, NFT storage, no-code integration, Web3 economy, etc. And a lot of people are very bullish on the L2 narrative going forward. I am as well, along with ZK rollups and L1 as well, some L1s. And basically it stands for layer 1. For those who don't know, layer 1, layer 2, just different types of protocols. But Metis DAO has been one that's been gaining a lot of traction and a lot of TVL, so total value locked. If you actually look here, it says can't spell explosive growth TVL without Metis. And you can see here some big names on here, right? So Arbitrum TVL 3.65 billion, DYDX, it's a ZK protocol, 959 million. Metis is up there. You have Loopring, Boba Network, Immutable X, ZK Swaps. So again, a lot of big names on here, and you can see Metis is number 3. And their DEX, Tethys is one also that's been doing very well. So Tethys Finance, if y'all don't know what that is, it is one of the leading DEXs along with NetSwap for the Metis network. And this is one that's been, again, doing very well too. And usually if a coin's pumping, I like to look at the DEX too because it tends to pump a lot as well. But yeah, definitely one to look out. And Skylord says, love it. I'm listening in the background while I research these Gala games. Shout out Vitalik's mom. Yeah, shout out Vitalik's mom for this one. So it's definitely one that I'm looking at and one that I think could have some long-term viability. Now, a big caveat for Metis DAO I want to mention, and I mentioned this on my Twitter. If you're not following me at the CryptoData, go and give me a follow there. Appreciate it. It's the unlock dates, right? So the token unlock schedule for Metis, y'all probably can't see this too much, but February 13th, okay? February 13th, we have a ton of tokens unlocking. So you can see here on February 13th, we have, 87,500 plus 45,000, 11,000, 11,000. So again, a ton of tokens unlocking. And then from that, I mean, what is that? Over 500,000 tokens. 500,000 tokens at the current price. I mean, that's going to be 500,000. And someone correct me if I'm doing this wrong, but it's going to be over $130 million of tokens that are being unlocked, which is crazy, right? So definitely something to keep in mind if you are buying Metis right now, is that February 13th date will come very fast. And if you forget about it, there could be a big dump. Now, again, not saying that Metis can't go up, because I'm bullish on it right now. Okay, I bought some right now, full disclosure. But not saying it could go up to another, $400 or $500, but it may dump, 10-15% when this unlock happens, maybe more. So something to keep in mind. A lot of these coins is the unlock schedule of any coin you're in, because 2022, a lot of people have been saying it's the year of the unlock. Okay, so all these VCs, these venture capitalists, these pre-sale buyers, all of them, usually they get their tokens vested for anywhere from 3-6 months, even a year, 2 years, right? But they get the token, for example, Metis, maybe they got the token price at $1, right? Or maybe even cheaper. And now they have, thousands of tokens. And now when the price is $260, hey, let's dump it. Let's make a 200x on a return. And, everyone else is none the wiser. So definitely keep in mind these token unlock schedules, whatever token you're in, no matter what it is. And definitely, because for Metis, even though it's bullish right now, when this unlock happens, could definitely, decrease the price a lot from there. So something to keep in mind for Metis. Now, next coin I'm looking at.
Hey man.
Yeah.
One question for you, really quick.
Go for it.
So if I took my Al Jazeera time machine back to 2017, and I was like, hey, CryptoData, in 2021 or maybe 2022, you're going to be investing heavily in a coin that's made by Vitalik's mom. What would you say to me?
Dude, I mean, at that point, man, if Dogecoin was pumping, we had all these meme coins pumping, I'd say, okay, why not? Like, if it was before, again, all those meme coins, I would laugh at you, and I would say, if she made a coin, yeah, it's going to pump for a little and then it's going to dump, right? That's what I would say. But apparently, this coin isn't a meme. It's actually something big. Yeah. And
the fact that it has viability is mind-blowing. So crypto is wild. Crypto is very wild.
Yeah, 100% it is. And yeah, I mean, Metis token, again, a lot of people are catching on to it. And, hell, Vitalik, I guess his mom didn't fall far from the tree, vice versa. Like, it's,
yeah.
So that's something that's pretty cool, right? And it just shows you the crazy time we're in with crypto right now, where, any co-founder of a coin, if they have any relation to, the bigger founders, it's enough reason for it to pump, gain traction. And I think that, one, the fact that, in addition to being tied to Vitalik, being his mom, I think really it's just the recognition for a lot of these coins is, hey man, if this coin has good fundamentals, really you just need the marketing, right? You need the awareness. And I think just having that awareness of being his mom, like that was enough for people to look at it and say, hey, wait, this is actually pretty good. And now we have this big pump for, Metis token that's been insane the past month, 2 months. So just goes to show you, man, if y'all can find some good marketing, good fundamentals behind a coin, combine those two, and you're in for some explosive growth. So definitely cool to look at for that. So next, one of the coins I want to talk about is Magic. Now, Magic is a coin that is one of the main tokens on the Arbitrum network. Okay, so the Arbitrum network is, I'll go ahead and go to Treasure, because Treasure is a website. So treasure.lol. They sell a lot of NFTs and go to their marketplace. Magic is the token they use for that. So I'll just go ahead and click on, for example, like keys or something. So you can see right here that they do transact in Magic coin, okay, the Magic token. So basically, you can see a lot of these NFTs. They're really big on this network. And again, transacting in Magic, you can see why Magic has been doing so well and why, people think that Arbitrum is going to be the next kind of NFT, I don't say safe haven, but NFT marketplace, versus like OpenSea or any of those on Ethereum, and really along with the metaverse as well. And people think, there's long-term viability for Magic. Now, we were talking about unlocks, right? Magic does have an unlock on January 24th, I believe. So if you do have some, recommend selling it January 23rd, heck, even the 22nd. Front run the front runners, and see if you can get as much return as you can. Even yesterday it did pump all the way to 404, so definitely look at that. If you are thinking of buying just to try to get good returns, always look at the other protocols and kind of the prices. So you can see on Arbitrum on SushiSwap it is $339, whereas Uniswap it's $391, right? Now there's no bridge for Arbitrum 1 Magic to Uniswap, where you can't send it to MEXC right now, so there's really no arbitrage opportunity. But still, if you're thinking of buying it just to hold it, maybe these prices, eventually will kind of come tied together, right? So definitely something to look at when you are buying on these different platforms, trying to find that arbitrage opportunity, or just that even people looking at it to try to catch some of that spread. So yeah, that's why I'm looking at Magic. Some big accounts have been mentioning it. So again, could it pump a little bit? It could, but again, I'm not as confident on it. But just the fact that Arbitrum is gaining a lot of, they do have an AMA actually. I'll go ahead and look at that real quick. They do have an AMA where they're going to talk about Magic, and Arbitrum has 167,000 followers. So whenever they do have this AMA, you can see here on January 19th at 6 p.m. EST, Magic could gain some more traction on there. So possibly people front running for that. And then again, I already talked about Tether's Finance, right? So that was already one, a DEX on the Metis token. So already one that I've covered on there. Looking at the chat here, Skylord says the tree doesn't grow far from the apple. Exactly, right? Talking about Vitalik's mom and Vitalik. And then Orion, hey, good to have you, man. He says Vask.tech. VASK Tech. Not sure what that is. Probably some clarity for that. I don't think that was a coin. But yeah, if y'all want me to look at any other coins, please let me know. Dudewah, do you have any other input for any altcoins you've been looking at, or anything that's been on your radar recently?
Yeah, I've got one that's the big one that I've had my eyes on. And I guess going back to the conversation earlier about our Discord and how we welcome input from anybody, and we always, if somebody says something, we take a serious look at it. At least one of the moderators is going to give it a check out and see if it's worth getting into. So shout out to Farzan in our Discord. He's a free member, and he accidentally bought this token, according to him, and it ended up being really, really awesome. So the token I'm talking about right now is Trava, Tava. If you don't mind, could you go to the website for that? It's trava.finance.
Just opened it.
Awesome. Yeah. So Rory Hart earlier was asking me if I'm still mostly into stables right now. And the answer to that is no. I've actually shifted away from stables, and I've mainly gone into two coins, and I'm gonna tell you both of those right now. So for Trava, you can see their slogan is they're the next generation of lending protocols. So what this is, for those of you who don't know, is this is a fork of I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it's as Aave, AAVE, which is like one of the biggest. Yeah, Aave, one of the biggest lending protocols in all of crypto, right? So this is a fork of that. They are differentiating themselves in a couple of different ways, and I think they're huge, right? So one of them is they are trying to build a marketplace where you can use NFTs as collateral. That's amazing to me, because right now, one of the things that I think myself and a lot of other people have struggled to see is what's the actual case of an NFT, right? So yeah, and if NFTs have some intrinsic values because of the rarity, right, and scarcity leads to more value and stuff like that. But what are they actually being used for? So if you can use them as collateral to take out a loan, for example, and then use that to buy more crypto, I think that's amazing, right? So that's one of the huge ways they're trying to differentiate themselves. The next way is what they're trying to do is make it possible so a user can create their own lending pool defined on how they want it to be. So if there's a lending pool out there that you want, or sorry, if there's not a lending pool out there that you want to see, you can actually create it yourself using their protocol. I think that's a game changer and something that does not exist right now. So we'll see how they implement this. But if you could scroll down to where they mentioned their team, This is one of the main reasons why I have a lot of confidence in this, right? If you look at their team, their CEO and co-founder, Min, PhD from Slovak University of Technology, their CTO and co-founder, master's in computer science, their head of data analysis, PhD from Vienna University of Technology. So essentially, all of their leadership group have graduate degrees in STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, right? So you have a very talented team here. Um, Also, I've just been engaging with some of them over Telegram and Discord for the past couple of days, and they are very, very receptive to talking with the community. I've had conversations with Tang, who's their CTO, and basically, I just straight up DM'd him, and I gave him a little bit of a criticism on a couple of things, as far as like maybe wording in English on a few things. So this is a Vietnamese team, so I just said, hey, for native English speakers, a couple of these things are coming across maybe a little differently than you intended. And he was so receptive of that, which is actually very refreshing because usually if you mention that sort of thing to anybody in a Telegram, they'll just kick you, right? And be like, "That's FUD, get out of here." But they did not do that. They were like, "Wow, that's very insightful. Thank you so much. This is exactly what we're looking for in our community. We're going to have our team take a look at that, and we're going to get that corrected right away," which is amazing, right? So they have a couple of big things going on. They just had an AMA today with a Telegram group that has, I think, 30,000 members or so. So that was a big thing. Then recently, they just launched their lending pool on Ethereum. So now they're on three networks, BSC, Phantom, and Ethereum. Another point I want to mention is them being on Phantom is really, really awesome. Phantom, to me, is going to be a top 15, if not a top 10 coin very soon. The Phantom network is amazing, right? Both of the main exchanges on there, the swapping protocols, Spooky Swap and Spirit Swap, awesome, right? Like they're two of the best in the game. And then the TVL that they have is very high. So I think Phantom is going to be a great network. The fact that Trava is on Phantom makes me really bullish. And then just the community engagement that they have, I think really sets them apart. So this is only a 5 to 6 million market cap coin right now. I'm going to say this with a caveat. This is a long-term hold. I don't know how much short-term gains there's going to be on this. But long-term wise, for something that's 5 million market cap, I could see this going to at least 20 million, 50 million, 100 million if things go really, really well, right? Sky's the limit for this, honestly. So we'll see. The team is very talented. They're developing all the time. Their roadmap looks really awesome. Their white paper is very professional. I suggest doing your own research on this. Give it a look. I think this has a lot of potential. None of the big Twitter names are really behind this right now. So if you get in on this, I think you're very, very early. We're going to see how this grows over the next few months and see what it ends up being at. But yeah, that's my big long-term play. So I am quite heavy into Trava right now. The next one that I got into based on CryptoData's call a little while ago is Telos. Yeah, I think that's a really nice short-term play, given that they just launched their DEX and they're growing and they're hitting all the targets on their roadmap. Yeah, my target range for that is over $1 or so. So we'll see if it hits that. I think it's a great short-term play. Maybe it's a mid-term play, but yeah, I think both of these coins have a lot of potential.
Awesome. Well, that was some good insight there. Definitely. Thanks, Dudewah. Yeah, like you said, Trava doing good, right? Talos is up a lot, but Trava is actually, down a little bit. So it has a very, very nice dip. We can see it's starting to curve up a little bit. So yeah, definitely good long-term potential for that one. And then again, Talos, they just released their first DEX yesterday. So they're gaining some traction on there, starting to make some developments with them. So yeah, definitely some good coin picks there. Appreciate that insight. Everyone in the chats, I know we had Duckpole just joined. He said, yo, Cardano. Yeah, Cardano is one we talked about earlier. It's been doing very good. We mentioned an Al Jazeera article. Basically, Cardano's been getting big into the metaverse space, and it's really been, gaining a lot of traction with a lot of people. And we can see even, now, if we look at the coin market cap, Cardano's up 14% to $1.60, right? So Cardano's been doing very, very well. And I believe it's one that, could possibly continue to run here. And, after some people take some profits and maybe a little dip from this. But definitely, if y'all have some altcoins or some charts that you want us to look at, please go ahead and mention it, right? So we're here to try to help y'all. Probably be on the stream for another 5 to 10 minutes. Wait for some comments to come in. But real quick, if y'all joined late in the game, some TA that we went over for Bitcoin and Ethereum. We had some Joseph actually on the chat here. He mentioned the fractal from July for Bitcoin. So on the daily chart here, I was talking about we had a descending wedge and we had, some horizontal support levels and a horizontal trend line, right? I mentioned that we could possibly decline a little bit more down to that 41,000 or even 37,005 before breaking out of this descending wedge to 46,000 and then subsequently 53. Now, if you look at this fractal from May and July, we can see that there was that big dip, right? That big dip red candle here that coincides with on December 4th. And then you can see it kind of had this descending wedge as well, kind of was, traveling down that. And then we had this drop all the way down to that 30,000 support, kind of went up and then back down to that support again and then broke out of that descending wedge, right? Well, now we can see here with this descending wedge, it had that big drop and then it dropped some more down to the support now at 40,800. It's going up and now possibly coming back down, possibly come back down to this 40,800 support and then break out of this descending wedge too and start flying, to this first resistance, catch a little resistance here around 47,000, dip a little bit and then climb to that $53,000 level, similar to what it did over here. So definitely some good stuff there from Joseph. Appreciate that. We're always here to try to get some new insights from people and see what other we can get. And if y'all haven't liked the video, please give it a like. Really appreciate it, guys. Trying to give y'all as best content we can. Very subjective, or very objective. We're not biased either way, not trying to shill any bags, just trying to see, some good altcoins, our takes on the market, and, going from there. Kai said, what do you think deeper network price will be once they reach 100,000 nodes and launch their DPN app? So, Kai, good to have you. Appreciate having you here. Thanks for watching. And he says, also, what do you think of SC Prime? So, Deeper Network. That's a coin actually was on my watch list. Deeper Network I've known about for a while. They're a great team. It's up 2.5% today, doing very well, even during this red day. They're basically building a decentralized network in a sorts of, they provide this, I'll go and go to their website real quick so y'all can see it. But they provide this, basically this, it's more than a router, right? It's like its own VPN in a sense. It combines the best things like a VPN, their own network, and then also Web3 all into one, right? So basically, it's how you always have these ads that kind of advertise towards you, and your data kind of gets out there to the public, right? People like their privacy. One of the reasons why I think the ZK narrative is going to continue towards 2022. The biggest thing is with Deeper Network is, again, they actually have, it talks about their core technology here, okay? So they run on this Atmos OS, and it says the world's first lock-free network operating system built with speed and security in mind. Uses zero-copy technology to read data packets directly from the network device for processing, result in a tenfold increase in data packet forwarding speeds. Now, these are their devices here, and it says it's a blockchain all-in-one solution that provides true internet freedom with enhanced security and frictionless user experience. An efficient mining rig for DPR tokens, topping out at a slim 15 watts. Participate in the next internet revolution while using extremely low, say goodbye to ASIC GPU miners. So you can see that this is pretty cool. You connect it to your router and then basically through Deeper Network, your modem, and then from there you have basically decentralized network that you're on, right? Now, again, the speed may not be the best. Maybe for streaming, you may lag just a little bit, but the fact that you have complete privacy is attracted a lot of people. And for their coin, the DPR coin, they're really working on getting a lot of nodes so that whenever you're using this device, right, you're kind of bouncing off everyone in the world, okay? So you can see they have a globe on the front of their homepage, right? And that globe is really focusing on worldwide, everyone's kind of sharing their own bandwidth, right? That's the biggest thing for that. So I think that's something that they're focusing on at Deeper Network. And right now for the price, I do think, it's a more long-term hold. If we just look at a yearly chart, okay, it was very, very high. There's a lot of hype. It died down a little bit. But again, we can see the past 7 days, it's kind of started gaining a little traction here. I do think myself for the coin, since, they are adding a lot of nodes, I do think that, once that happens, possibly, could start retesting this 7-day high of around 15 cents. I definitely think we could see that. I think as more awareness becomes of Deeper Network and on their Twitter, they could definitely continue to grow here. Rank 374, still very, very small rank. And I definitely think we could have a lot of eyes on this, as they start making these strides and as they start, making these updates. So thanks for bringing that up, Kai. Definitely a good coin for long-term viability if you believe in the team, which a lot of good people there. And then Kai says, also, again, what do you think of SC Prime? So I'll go ahead and see if I can search that here. So SC Prime. So I actually haven't heard of this coin before. Let's see what they say. So it's down 3.5%. Again, could be good to buy in the dip. Gonna look at a yearly chart here. So yeah, it's actually had a huge run up here. Just you could say in October it was 8 cents and now it's 220, which is insane. So very, very big right there. Let me see if I go on their Twitter real quick to see what they're all about. So community, Twitter, let's see what it says. The distributed data center with full S3 compatibility, security, and durability. So again, they have their Discord here. And if we look at their tweets, it talks about their Facebook page group. And then it says storage provider, bi-weekly meetup. So I'll go ahead and go on their website real quick. And this looks like an interesting coin. Storage mining for distributed data center. So XA Miner contributes storage capacity to the public cloud. Its business data ride sharing uses hard drives to earn passive income on the SC Prime blockchain. For a limited time, every XA Miner includes deep discounts and purchase rebates to ensure profitability. So looks like it's really trying to get to the masses here as far as this contributing storage capacity to the public cloud. There are some big storage platforms. I know that Filecoin was one, Arweave was one. They're both ranked in the top 100 on CoinMarketCap. And if XA Miner plans to do something similar, definitely something to keep in mind because you can earn passive income. So I could see some big businesses trying to use this to gain some passive income as well as sharing that data there. So it could be a good play. Not sure what updates they have. I know Action CEO follows them. He's one of the guys respect. Check his YouTube channel out if you haven't. But yeah, definitely could be some good viability there. Trying to see what the recent pump was when it had its big pump. Just looking at their Twitter. I don't know, Kai, if you had any more updates on SC Prime for being bullish on it. But basically, it looks like they for updating their data storage and everything. I think that was a big reason why. And then again, new SCP exchanges in 2022. So yeah, definitely could be again some more long-term plays here. I'd have to do some more research on it, honestly, because I don't know as much about it. But, still fairly low follower count. So, potentially still could be early on this. But, yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. Rank 451, so still possibility for growth there. But, yeah, appreciate you bringing those two up. And, yeah, definitely good coins to come out with. Dudewah, do you have anything to add to any other coins?
Yeah, so one mention came in through the Discord. Masamune wants us to look at Lunar.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, Lunar. Okay, so let me, yeah. So Lunar is one, so let's see. So not Luna, but Lunar. Is that right? Lunar?
Yeah, that's right. Lunar.
Okay, cool. So it's fully diluted market cap is 31 million, extremely low for FDV. Let's see, let's just look at the 1 month chart. So 1 month chart, yeah, just not too long ago, beginning of January, it was 9552, and then it went up, looks about fourfold, all the way to a high of 4127. So yeah, so it's risen a lot. Looks like it's on a nice little bounce right now. Let's see what they have to say on their Twitter as well. See what we can find out about this coin. I have not heard about this coin. They are followed by Income Sharks. He's actually a huge Twitter personality, over 200,000 followers. So that catches my eye a little bit. It says, Lunar, we're streaming the entire crypto experience. So let's see what else they got to say. Let's see. So we have officially reached over 10,000 members in the Telegram. So that's good, right? Their community's growing. That's what you want to see. You want to see community engagement there. It says, let's see, tune in for their AMA session. So that happened on Saturday, January 15th. And then we're officially live on Coinsbit. So again, they're getting more developments there. So yeah, so they do have a lot of, it looks like they're pretty active on Twitter. They do have a lot of updates and AMAs. And let's see if we go on, see their founders, see we're Spaceman and Mr. Moonshot. So yeah, let's go to their website real quick and let's see what they have to say on that. So they have a nice website, lunardefi.com. It says, we're streamlining the entire crypto experience. Lunar is a DeFi ecosystem that aims to revolutionize the way we interface with crypto. So DeFi is pretty big. So I like that they're focusing on DeFi, right? They have where you can read the white paper there, buy the Lunar token, how to buy Lunar. Basically, just looking at their user interface here on their website, we can see, it looks pretty user friendly. You can see it shows you, looks like a little wallet, or it shows you your holdings, Shows you a chart with market caps you can search up. I actually like this, and they have a mobile app. So this actually looks pretty cool. Looks like they're featured on Yahoo Finance, MarketWatch, Business Insider, CoinMarketCap, and DEX Tools. And then it talks about the Lunar token. So it's a Binance Smart Chain token that serves as the connective tissue for the entire Lunar ecosystem. It provides massive utility in the Lunar platform and allows us to support seamless cross-chain trading. It also distributes passive reflections to holders. So that's pretty cool. I know myself and Dudewah are pretty familiar with passive reflections coins vis-a-vis the market chain capital, the Empire chain capital. There's the capital aggregator token, cross-chain capital. Again, a lot of those tokens that provide reflections for holding them. Looks like Lunar's one of those as well. It aims to streamline the entire crypto process of crypto and NFT trading into a single interconnected platform with a seamless user experience. Lunar also removes the blockchain barrier, allowing you to trade almost any token or NFT across different blockchains in a single click. Interesting. So yeah, it looks like they're trying to combine a lot of different things, right? NFTs and the crypto trading experience into one. So that's pretty cool. Definitely could gain some traction on that. Again, looking at their price here, let's see how far back they go. So they go all the way back to November 16th, and they actually went to a high of 500. So that'd be about a, call it 60-70% return from where it's at now, if it wants to fly all the way back there. So not too bad there. Again, it looks like it had its second leg up, and it's potentially trying to push there. Now their volume's $1 million. I love to look at volume when I'm looking at coins. If it's barely any volume, like $30,000-$40,000, I would not get in it. Because what that means is you're going to buy the coin, it's going to pump the coin 10%, and then now you're stuck with that coin. If you want to sell it, you're probably not going to get your money back from that sell, right? It's probably going to take you a little while to have to wait to try to get some more liquidity and then sell it. So I like that it at least has $1 million volume. 500,000 to $1 million, kind of that sweet spot if you're looking for the really low cap coins. But right now, again, looking at it, it looks like it's pretty solid. Again, their Twitter, pretty active here, right? Followed by a big Twitter personality. That's always comforting to see. They got some AMAs, Telegram members hit 10,000. So yeah, no, this actually looks like a pretty good coin. Lucidalva, see. No, you said that was in the Discord. Sorry, Dudewah.
It was Masamune, yeah.
Okay, Masamune. Hey, appreciate that. Yeah, thanks for bringing that coin up. Definitely something good to look at.
The website looks really professional. It looks like their developers are pretty talented, so that's cool. I'm just looking over the white paper really quick. I'm gonna have to read this in more detail later on, but it seems like they're in phase 3 of their roadmap. And so I guess right now what they're doing is they have released the white paper, they've launched Lunar, the tokens, everything's good to go. They're expanding their marketing efforts to include partnerships with large influencers, AMAs, mainstream digital ads, billboards, and more. And they are currently hiring a solutions architect, a marketing coordinator, a social media manager, a community manager, UI and UX designers, a business analyst, a data visualization engineer, and a front-end developer. So it looks like they're actually advancing pretty well, and they're hiring the right people to get them where they need. That's always a good thing to see. And it seems like right now they are undergoing a CertiK smart contract audit, which is also very important when you're looking at a coin to see if they are CertiK audited.
That's really big. For those who don't know, CertiK audited, what that means, CertiK is a very, very, very reputable audit. Basically means that, hey, they went through all their background, whether it be just their code or just their tokenomics, kind of their roadmap, their model, right? Really delving deep into the team and just really to see if it's a rug or not, more or less, right? Like what's wrong? What's wrong with everything? Is this legit? Is this a good product? Is there any flags, right? Any red flags that is going to, set some stuff off of, hey, no, these guys could still run away with your money, or I don't want to say that. Basically, like, is there any shady stuff going on, basically, in their financials or anything like that, right? So, yeah, for someone to be audited, definitely bullish. It's never a foolproof solution. So I wouldn't blindly buy into something because it was CertiK audited, but it is a layer of, I would say, comfort or support. If something is CertiK audited, kind of gives you a little warm fuzzy of, okay, cool, I can invest a little in this and, 8 times out of 10, I'm not going to have my money rugged out from under me, right? So definitely good to see that team. And just like Dudewah was saying, right? Their website looks good. Their website looks clean like we've seen. So definitely some good stuff there. and something that I think is, really, really well thought out and well developed. And usually when you see that, it's very, very bullish, long term for that. So yeah, definitely, again, thanks for bringing that up in the Discord. If y'all haven't joined our Discord, again, I'll mention this again. It is linked in the description. So go ahead and go in the description. We have over 530 members, very, very active in there. We have a members chat and a free chat. So look at both, whichever one you want to join. But yeah, we're always in there. And Dudewah is actually one of the moderators. So we have him on here talking. Quick plug. If you're watching and you haven't liked the video, please guys give it a like. Want to try to get this to the masses, help people out in crypto, and just kind of, help us to kind of ride this wave together in the crypto storm. So definitely appreciate a like if y'all can. Looking in the chat here, it says, Lucidalva says, hey, crypto, any thought on DAR, D-A-R? So let's go ahead and go to DAR and see what they have to say. So Mines of Dalarnia, is that right? Mines of Dalarnia. If that's not the right coin, let me know, Lucidalva. But Mines of Dalarnia is, let's see, the fully diluted valuation is 1 billion. 24-hour trading volume is 26 million, so quite a lot of trading volume there. Let's go and look at the max chart. So it looks like first started trading on CoinGecko November 4th at about 298. Had a little pump up to 430, and then since then it's kind of really almost at its lowest of the low, $1.35. So from a charting standpoint, just quick glance, doesn't look too bullish. But again, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Look at their Twitter, see if they have any updates coming up, right? Always, if there's any updates coming up for coins, whether it's the mainnet, testnet, big announcements, partnerships, etc., definitely something that could, change its trajectory. Right now on their Twitter, 123,000 followers, which is insane, followed by some big names actually, which is pretty good. Let's see. So looks like Mines of Dalarnia is a free-to-play blockchain action-adventure platform mining game. So again, another kind of metaverse game in a way. It's been a big deal, right? That play to earn on the blockchain. So let me real quick look at the markets that it's on. Looks like it's on Binance, HitBTC, Nominex. Okay, yeah. So some of the main exchanges, Binance and HitBTC. Highly recommend trading on Binance. There's a lot more liquidity on there than HitBTC if you can. But they're also traded on Gate.io. Or crypto.com actually, which is pretty good to see. But yeah, real quick, let's go to their website, see what they got here. So let's see. So cool little website, minesofdalarnia.com. It says conquer the unknown and build your wealth. It says it's an action adventure game. Players mine and combine various in-game items, improving their skills and gear to unlock the mod universe's secret while fighting enemies and searching for rare relics and artifacts. So again, cool little thing there. Recent updates. So let's see. Okay, let's see if I click that, if anything comes up. I'll go back here, look at the gameplay. So again, cool little, little 2D game looking thing. It talks about delving into the mines, action adventure. So looks like a cool little game. Again, I'm not familiar with it, but just kind of seeing what they have. There was an update 3 days ago. There's a land sale midway updates. We have reached the halfway point of the snapshot period of mining plot sale. Let's see, for answer frequent questions. So at least they do have a Medium article, right? They are still providing some updates there. I would have to dive in this a little deeper to see, exactly what announcements they have coming up or developments. Yeah, I don't want to comment one way or the other just yet. But again, if they have some big updates coming, the price right now looks pretty bottomed, basically since its inception. So could be a good buying opportunity. But again, can't say right now. If it was me, I wouldn't buy it right now. But Lucidalva, if you know anything that I don't, definitely mention it there. But yeah, one thing, again, those are all things you want to mention, right? You want to look at their Twitter, you want to look at their website, any updates, any testnets, mainnets, roadmaps, what stuff they have coming up, right? So definitely I'd need to take a look at that. So no opinion right now, but yeah, probably just stay away from it if you were thinking of investing. If you are invested in it, maybe get out on a pump if there's not much action after that. And then Kai says Planet Watch and PPay. So Planet Watch, let's go ahead and see what that is. Let's see, Planet Watch, planets. Okay. So not much data on it. 24-hour trading volume is 429,000. So again, not too much trading volume, doesn't have a market cap. Total supply is 4.5 billion, right? So we can get the fully diluted valuation by just doing some quick math here and doing I'll do this in my head. 4.5 billion by 0.34, a third of that. So it's going to be about a 1. What is that? 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah, 1.5 billion. So 1.5 billion fully diluted valuation is pretty high, especially for a coin that doesn't have a lot of volume or it's not well known. Again, circulating supply could be a lot less, right? I don't look at the FDV and be like, hey, this is the end all be all. I just kind of look at it for like, okay, could have some more opportunity to go. Real quick, do a quick look over their Twitter. Oh yeah, I think I've actually heard of this coin. It's okay, cool. It's one of those feel-good coins. Planet Watch decentralized incentives and gamifies air quality monitoring. Your planet needs you. Okay, so that's right. Yeah, I looked at this coin back in the day. I think when I was looking at different mining coins, and just one that kind of either makes some passive income or helps the environment. Okay, so it says look after the air you breathe, earn rewards, and help us build a global air quality monitoring network to detect pollution hotspots and protect everyone's health. So, again, they have a good initiative here. You know, those could play out well. A lot of times they're seen as money grabs, and the coin doesn't do that well. I don't want to say that's it with this, because again, it looks like they have become mentioned by a lot of partners: Algorand, BPI Finance, Energex, Rand Labs, Invent Horizon, etc. So yeah, it says why become a planet watcher. Basically, air pollution kills a lot of people. Currently, we have too few air quality sensors on the ground, so many local pollution hotspots are not detected. Help us deploy more sensors to better detect and fight pollution. Okay, so they talk about a lot of different things here. Again, helping your family, protecting your family, helping the world, all that good stuff. So these are kind of things, right? If the narrative takes off, the coin could take off, right? And so it looks like, you know, you do get the coin as a reward for helping become a planet watcher and kind of help, you know, with the air, essentially. I'm assuming they have devices as well. So buy licenses, right? You can buy licenses or sensors. That's a thing, right? So, yeah. So that's something.
Yeah, cool concept. Algorand's a big name. But yeah, I don't really know much about this.
Yeah,
So
I would
this
say
is one of those things where if it takes off, it takes off. But I mean, who knows really?
no, for sure, right? And I mean, heck, just looking at August 27th, it was at 13 cents, and it seems like it's been steady between 30 cents and call it 45 cents, right? So not horrible, right? Again, I mean, their Twitter following has 20,000 followers. It's followed by Informal Crypto in Action CEO. You know, two pretty cool people there. So it could have some legs, but again, just looking at the 24-hour trading volume being kind of low, and I don't know if there's many. I mean, they are still active on their Twitter, so that's really good. And they were mentioned in SF Gate, which actually has over 496,000 followers, saying one Bay Area resident earns $200 a day from his network of sensors. So that's pretty cool, right? They mentioned Planet Watch there, and that was January 16th, so yesterday. So this could start gaining some traction. So again, Kai, could be a good pick here, right? I would need to see it gain a little more traction as far as, you know, the number of people talking about it and just the number of developments and maybe more mentions. But again, just being mentioned by SF Gate, that's pretty good. So yeah, can be a good coin to throw a little shekels into and see what happens. And then Kai also said PPay. So real quick, I'll go over that one. Let's see. Show Plasma Finance. Oh, hey, Skylord, he says, great stream. See you later. Hey, thanks, man. See ya. Have a good night. Plasma Finance is 0.6%. It's 4.5 cents right now. So let's go and look at the max chart here. So since its inception of December of last year, actually 2 years ago, it was 8 cents, and now it is 4.5 cents. So it looks like it had a big run up, you know, in April 2021 to 40 cents, and then it's been kind of dying. Yeah, now its 24-hour trading volume is 24,000, so literally no liquidity on there. I really don't even have to look at too much else besides that. Again, I'll real quick look at the Twitter following, 44,000 followers, followed by some big names, right? They're followed by Metis as well. They're a multi-chain DeFi portfolio management and advanced DEX aggregator on these different networks. Let's see. Okay, just looking at some of their tweets. So again, not as active on Twitter, right? I mean, their last big post, January 3rd, I think is when they actually posted something. That's the thing I like to look at is the Twitter, how active it is. If there's not many tweets in the past 2 weeks, literally, not too bullish on it, right? I know some protocols like to make developments and then tweet and not just tweet to tweet. But I think really community engagement is big, and a lot of people have short-term memory, and I should say short attention spans in crypto. And if you don't constantly update them, they're going to get tired of your coin. They're going to move on to the next one, right? That's just the harsh reality of crypto. So I do think that Plasma Finance could be good. I mean, right? They do have a lot of big followers and stuff, but I don't know if they have the legs, right? And that's just seeing from the low liquidity of 24,000 trading volume. Just looking at that alone would keep me away until at least we get to 500,000 or more. So
yeah, it seems like with this one, best case scenario is the opportunity cost is not going to be there, and worst case scenario is you're going to be stuck with this forever. So
yeah,
I would just stay away personally.
Yeah, no, 100%. So Kai, if you're thinking of advancing in PPay, I would definitely steer clear away. There's a lot better projects with more volume and community following and updates that are more viable to get into. Safer plays I was talking about, Dusk, Sys, Metis. Again, their big unlock is on February 13th. And then, Near could be a good one as well. So, yeah, besides this one. Or like Dudewah was saying, Trava Finance, right? We're talking about that one. Trava is still pretty low, right? Rank 1,514. So, and this one has, over $1 million of 24-hour trading volume. So that would be even much better one to buy than the PPay. Let's see. Okay, well, it looks like that's everyone there. Guys, appreciate y'all coming to the stream. Again, if you haven't liked the video, please like it. I really appreciate it. If you haven't joined the Discord, please do so. Again, the Discord is in the description. The link is in there. We are a very active community. I'll go ahead and show you all a little preview here. We have over 536 members. You can see we have, even the servers boosted, and, a lot of people are active in here. So definitely go and join the server. We have a free chat and a members chat as well. We talk about a lot of good things, provide a lot of good resources and links. So definitely come and check us out. Dudewah, do you have any closing remarks before we close it out?
No, just wanted to say thank you to everybody for watching, and especially to the Discord members. For you guys, we're always coming up with new things to add to the Discord and new ways to keep up engagement and provide you guys the best alpha we possibly can. So look forward to that in the coming few weeks and months. And just love talking to everybody.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming. We'll definitely try to schedule this stream more in advance so we can get a lot more people in here, and try to get some more speakers in here as well to make 3, 4, 5 person group talk. Definitely so it can be a good time, and even do some group talks in the Discord as well, so some of the members can talk